Hello and welcome to Distilled, Brewed, and Reviewed. My name is John. This is the world famous Sipping Den, and on this channel, I do everything that has anything to do with coffee and alcohol. That's a beautiful place to be. I've started a series that I love, a 50-state coffee journey USA, where I'm reviewing one coffee from each state. It took me a year to put this together and do the research on these coffee places. And it's taken me another year to post them all. Post them every Sunday. All right, every Sunday I post one of these from the series. It's been a blast. And today we're visiting New Jersey. And New Jersey is going to have a little bit of a special part in my heart because although I've lived in Kentucky and I've lived here a very long time, I was born and spent some time in New Jersey. So we're going to get into that. Going to get into this coffee. How about this coffee right here? Coffee Corral. Coffee Corral. Comes from this Niemig estate in Brazil. This is a dark roast. Yeah, we're going to get into it. Let me pour a little bit here into my cup. All right. Let me get this started. And here it is. Nice and dark, right? Nice dark roast. I'm going to pour it in the other one too. I don't want to over extract it. Do about 3.5, 4 minutes in the old French press. All right, you'll see why I'm pouring two here in a minute. So what's going on in this Corral coffee? That is in two places. It is in Red Bank, New Jersey. Mid-Jersey to South Jersey, depending on who you ask. And it is in the medical center in Long Branch, right? It's the Monmouth Medical Center. Here's what it looks like poured in the cup. Established in 2012. Of course, they roast their own beans. You know the usual. Oh, God. Has the roast date written right on it. It's printed on there, so it's obviously fresh. Picture date. They got a picture here. Well, picture is just this year. All right. Talk about it. Who's in charge of this place? Who is in charge? Cortland took it over from her father about 2 years ago. Event planner and coordinator, but she does much more, right? She's basically the owner. They do dog adoptions there and the Giving Tree. They do a lot of charity events. The dog thing's cool. As far as their menu goes, they want to have something for everybody on it. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. Cortland married a man named Eric. That's her husband, obviously. He handles sourcing the beans, roasting, the wholesale part of it, and, of course, much more than that. So what is on the menu? Let's see. They've got full espresso. I got to read my own writing here. Single origin, pour-overs, full espresso, specialty and superfood lattes, protein smoothies, egg sandwiches, gluten-free, veggie options, avocado toast, and more. They have live music and events. Pumpkin picking, pony rides, arts and crafts, fitness classes. I mean, this place has it all. And that is why I picked it. That and the great reviews. The fact that they do so much for charity. They go over, most of their roasts are chosen when they go over to pick the beans. When they meet with the growers, they go over, they talk about it, and they taste it, and then they bring home or have the beans sent to them that they've tried there. Now, coffee beans are considered a fruit, the beans. And so therefore, a lot of people don't realize that they could be sweet. Beans can be sweets. Depends how you roast them. It depends where they come from and and how they're treated. This is no exception. This is actually fairly sweet. It is a dark roast. It has the traditional chocolate taste to it. So chocolate sweetness. Now that's good. The smell. It's chocolate. It's woodsy. It's got a sweetness coming up from it. basically what I'm getting at today. It's rich. Of course, anything you get freshly ground and sent right to your house is going to have one heck of a smell. Let's see. So it's not real acidic. And guess what? It's not real bitter. It's what I would call, and I know it's not a flavor, but I think you'll understand, smooth. Nothing coming out and hitting you. Nothing harsh. That sweetness, that chocolate, no real bad bitterness, no bad harshness, no bad real acidic. No. So they get this from the Nijmegen state. Maybe I said it wrong. I don't know. I'm not the best at this. They started producing their coffees in 1965 when Father Gerson Nijmegen and his wife, Hercilia, started their first coffee plantation in northern Paraná state. Years later, in 1981, after having their plantation hit by 3 major frosts, it was necessary to brace new frontiers to continue perpetuating their dream elsewhere. It was then that the Gerson decided to migrate to the Cerrado Mineiro region. In 2014, Gerson passed away, leaving his 6 sons to lead the way. Since that time, the sons have experimented with new varietals, see, I like that, and found that they could create quality coffees better than what the region was currently offering. Sometimes young blood doesn't do as good as the originals. Sometimes they pump in needed energy. They have since won numerous awards for their unique varietals and have expanded the operation to 3 farms and continue to experiment with new varietals. And they source them there. They know the family. It's another reason I picked them, but there's many reasons. If you look at this place, by the way, this Corral, it's cool, all right, where they have these concerts and all these events. It's a cool looking place, the building and everything. I encourage you to Google that. Please Google Coffee Corral in New Jersey, and you'll see how cool it is. And then you can see the full menu, which they have a lot of stuff on that menu, and read all about their mission and everything. I hit the highlights. Like, for example, the lady who has the pony ride, she's been into horses since she was 4 years old. It's one of her hobbies. Reads a book a week. See, there's a lot to this that I don't have really time to tell you, but it's an amazing place. And, of course, I brewed 2 cups because anybody who knows I like heavy cream in coffee. Now, yes, these fresh ground ones, where they don't need it. They don't need it to make it better because they're so good. Low acidity, low bitterness. Could be drunk black, and a lot of times I do. But see, I like to have 2 cups. It's kind of like my whiskey back here, I will have it right out of the bottle, sip it, and then I'll try it with a little water and see how it changes. Well, I like to try coffee that way, if it's good. I like to have it black, and then the second cup, because in the morning I always have 2 cups, I like to put cream, heavy cream, see how it changes, how it enhances it. Yes. So, we have some heavy cream here, and we are going to put it in. I already know how it's going to be. I've tasted thousands of coffees in my life, and I've been drinking it my whole life. And so basically when I taste coffee, I know how the cream's going to affect it. This is going to be good. It's going to enhance it. All right. So let's watch that cream do its magic. Look at that. That's cool. Look at it. Look at it. It's like a scientific experiment. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. All right. Now I got that rich, beautiful coffee smell coming through, mixing with the cream, the sweetness from the cream. The cream has no sweet in it. Might have less than half a gram of sugar in that milk sugar that's in there. It says none on the label, but I detect it. I detect the vanilla-ness and the richness that adds to the mouthfeel, always to me. And it brings out a lot of flavor sometimes. Fat will do that. Black. And heavy cream. Both those so good. You want the coffee to stand up to the cream. You don't ever want the cream to hide anything. Either bring out flavors or just let them shine through and add to it. And a strong, good coffee, freshly roasted for you. Whole bean, I just ground it 2 seconds ago. Made it in a French press. There's nothing better. And that cream is just another thing to it. It's no way it can hide that bold, beautiful flavors is, but yet it's silky smooth. I like it. They've done a good job. The series doing unbelievable. Check out all the ones on this series. All right, I'm gonna have a playlist attached to the first comment. It's gonna have a link to the playlist. See if your state's in there. Oh, and I always talk about the state. This time I didn't do any research on the state because I feel like I grew up there. I should know what it is. Let's see. The state bird is a goldfinch. The capital is Trenton. This is off the top of my head. I did write a few things down actually, but from what I know, the shore, the Jersey Shore, is magical. It's a beautiful place to be. Of course, they have Atlantic City, but that along that Jersey Shore with the beach and the boardwalk. See, I grew up in the summers on the Jersey Shore in Wildwood. Very familiar. Do you know that the most densely populated state in the country is New Jersey per square mile? It's nothing to brag about on that one. It is also known as the diner state, and I grew up in diners. It's got the most diners of every state. If you've never been to a diner, it's a cool place to be. And let me tell you something, you're going to hear coffee cups rattling. You're going to walk in and smell that I always talk about of coffee in the air, see, and so diners bring back a lot of that to me. And that's what I love. That's one of the things about the coffee that I love, right? It brings me back to those diners. Yeah. The first intercollegiate football game occurred in 1869 in New Jersey. The first professional baseball game was in 1846 in New Jersey. Has 127 miles of coastline, which I talked about. As far the Bill of Rights was signed first in New Jersey, and as far as professional teams, the New York, well, who they vote for in Philly, I mean in Jersey depends. Trenton's about to cut off, and then you have North Jersey and South Jersey. So South Jersey is going for the Philadelphia teams. North Jersey generally is going for the New York teams. Okay. Jersey Devils, obviously, are a hockey team that is a Jersey team. And New Jersey Nets is their basketball team, NBA. Well, let's see. But a lot of teams play there. So let me see. Who plays there? The Giants play there in New Jersey. In North Jersey, they play there. The Jets, the Giants, see. So teams will play in New Jersey. New York teams actually play there. So as far as sports goes, there's a lot to go and view and look at. I've been at it a long time, but I still obviously have fond memories of growing up in the state, especially going to the shore. So Coffee Corral, you've done a great job. You do a great job. I encourage everybody when they see these videos and you look for your state, if I've done it yet, I'm about at half or a little past halfway. I want you to go and go on the web and look these up, all right? And look these up online and just see what really enticed me to these places. There's a lot more that I can go over. Their missions, their menus, the way it looks, their reviews. There's a lot to it. Their kinds of coffees that they have. All the not only the kinds that they're selling there, the different styles and the different coffees that they make, but what they sell, the different roasts, the different places where they source it from. It was all very interesting to me. It's why it took me a year. It's why I picked the ones that I picked. So I encourage you to do that. Make an order from these places. You won't be sorry. So far, every single one I've done has been a home run. What am I going to do if I have one that's not good? Oops, knock something off my. I don't know. I really don't know. It hasn't happened. I don't think it's going to happen. I've done too much research. I've done too much research for that to happen. So thank you for being here. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out the series. I'm really excited about it. I've done other series. I'm going to continue to do different series with everything I review. For example, coffee. I did the most popular coffees in Mexico, for example. And I'm going to continue on with some cool stuff. This was a big dream of mine to do a 50-state coffee review. And it was almost, I would say almost gave up, but I bit off not more than I can chew because I'm getting it done. But it was hard. It was a lot of work. All right, I didn't realize it. I thought, well, it's gonna be fun. I just looked at the fun, and when I start getting into it, and once I did the first one, I kind of had to do it. And it's like, wow, this takes a lot of time. So I appreciate if you check it out for me. All right, took a little bit here. If you're still here, thank you, and I'll see you on the next one.